Hey Toy fans, D21 Beast Rob here, back with another Masher review for you guys here today, and today we're looking at the brand new Marvel Superhero Mashers micro figures from Hasbro. I actually first heard about these minifigures from the Idle Hands blog, and I'll link that blog in the description below. Idle Hands had reported when these minifigures were first shown off at the UK Toy Fair, and I instantly thought they looked great and couldn't wait to check them out. As you can see here, we do have some pretty new packaging for the Masher figures. Instead of having a window box display like we've had in the past, we've actually got a blister card packaging that does house the minifigure and an extra accessory inside. And we've got a pretty cool computer rendering of the Micro Masher figures in the upper left. Flipping these packages around, you'll see on the back we do have a complete lineup of all the minifigures available in this first wave. They include Captain America, Thor, Spider-Man, Anti-Venom, Iron Patriot, and strangely what appears to be Leatherhead from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then towards the bottom we just have all of the legal jargon. Alright Toy fans, well that's the packaging. Let's say we get these Micro Mashers out of the box and see what they're all about. And here we have Micro Mashers Thor and Anti-Venom out of the packaging, Toy fans, and let's start this off real quick with a size comparison. On the left we have the absolutely terrible Marvel 500 blind bag figures. They retail for about $2.50, but it does vary from store to store. Double that cost of $5 and you can get Thor with Ymir's head or Anti-Venom with Red Hulk's head. And double that cost to $10 and you can get a full-size Marvel Superhero Mashers figure. Of course, anymore you're not getting shoulder hinges or ankle pivot, but let's not split hairs. So, are these minifigures worth it? Let's go ahead and take a closer look. Taking a look at the Thor minifigure up close, and I have to say I do appreciate the amount of paint detail that went into this figure. We've got paint for the chainmail on the legs and on the arms, paint for the disc on the costume of the chest. We've got a full paint here on the head. We're mostly full anyway. We've got the eyes painted. We've got the flesh and the teeth painted. They've got paint for the hair in the back. There's no real paint shading or anything, but that's consistent with how Mashers have appeared so far. We've got paint detail on Mjolnir and even paint detail on the wrist for the figures here, or the hands depending on how you look at it. So really a nicely colorful little figure. Again, a lot better when we look at half the cost will get you this piece of junk. You actually get a nice amount of detail on this little minifigure. Now with this particular figure, you can actually remove his hands on both sides and you can pop his head off. And then the cape on the back of this figure is even removable as well. And because these are Masher figures, you do have extra pieces that come with the figure. So you can put on the head of Ymir onto your Thor minifigure if you want to. And you could replace the cape if you wanted to. Or you could take this Anti-Venom figure here. And we'll just look at the paint detail really quick. Nice white figure. I love the sculpted detail here on the figure as well. You're getting a nice look at it here as the light shines on it and it's highlighting all the musculature of the figure. Very much in the Masher style, which we saw even with the Thor figure here. And again, there's sculpted detail on this figure. But what you can do is you can actually remove the hands on this figure, like we've been able to do with previous figures in the larger Masher line, and create your own custom superhero or villain. Of course, if we move this figure out of the way, we can do the exact same thing to this Anti-Venom figure. Just go ahead and pull off the head, and we can stick the Red Hulk head on here. And then just go ahead and put the Thor arms onto this minifigure as well, and you get a nice little Asgardian Anti-Venom with a Red Hulk head. And honestly, that's these figures in a nutshell. You could argue that their hands rotate around, but that's really just a byproduct of the separation process. And the same could be said for the heads of these little minifigures as well. They do look left and right, but they do not look up and down. There's no disc hinge like you see in the larger Masher figures. Also, it's worth noting that Mjolnir is permanently affixed to the figure's hand. That will not come out. Naturally, though, you're probably wondering, with these figures having removable pieces, how they interact with the larger Masher figures. Let's take a look. If you bring in Masher's Wolverine, we can go ahead and remove the arms from this little Anti-Venom figure, or we could have done the same with the Micro Thor figure. And let's just go ahead and pull these hands off of Wolverine on both sides, and they pop right off. And let's go ahead and place these hands on the mini Anti-Venom figure. And you can see here, you have a very large sort of set of hands now on your little micro figure. But he does still stand, as ridiculous as it looks, and has those giant arms coming off. And let's go ahead and see what these Thor hands look like on Wolverine. And he certainly looks a bit stubby.
Huh? What have you done to me?
And while it may be fun to go ahead and put small pieces on a larger body, I do find having the Micro Mashers adds a degree of playability, allowing you to recreate a scene like this where we have Thor facing off against Ymir the Frost Giant in proper scale. Or even a scene like this where Giant Man's delivering a crushing blow to Anti-Venom. And before you tell me in the comments, yeah, I know, I just don't have a Micro Mashers bad guy at the moment. Height-wise, you can see that these Micro Masher figures do stand right about 2.5 inches tall. For some size comparison, here they are standing next to the 6-inch scale Marvel Legends Infinite Series Wolverine.
You guys, aren't gonna take my arms again, are you?
Alright, Toy fans, well, that's my review of the Marvel Superhero Mashers Micro Figure Series 1 Thor and Anti-Venom, released by Hasbro in 2016. Overall, I've got to say these minifigures were a lot more fun than I expected. For double the cost of a 500 figure, you're actually getting better paint detail, better sculpting, and some interchangeable pieces. There's actually a lot more to the figure, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a recommend. And pie in the sky, it would be awesome to now see some micro X-Men Masher figures and then have a 6-inch Sentinel figure released. But let's not get carried away, right Disney? Well, thanks for watching this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. What do you think of the Micro Masher figures, and who would you like to see introduced into this line? If you guys like what you saw here, do me a big favor, give me a like on this video and share this video with your friends. It really helps me out. As always, you can keep up with me on Twitter and Instagram at D21Beast, and I'll see you guys next time.